Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I am going to jump right in. During my time with God this morning, I was having a conversation with him regarding 10X Multiply Vision 2025. And he said, Tasha, go back to the vision, the mission, the purpose of the assignment. And as I begin to do that and unveiling the mission, he began to tell me, he said that people perish because of lack of knowledge. And I said, God, I believe that people perish because they're lazy. We are no longer lacking knowledge. It is available to us. We are lazy in the sense of not going to get it, not being willing to do the true work to obtain what it is that we desire. Because what I know for sure is that what you desire desires you. The disconnect is the work that it takes to manifest the desire. And so what areas are you lazy in, right? I am of the belief, and I am one, that I confront what's confronting me. What is the areas that I put on the shelf? What are the areas that are second, third, first nature for me because it is out of my comfort zone? And so when I look at those areas that are technically out of my comfort zone, I let them have their way and do their thing. Like literally they're on autopilot. But in order for us to get to our next dimension in life, that thing that is always stirring and reminding us that better is available is the very thing that we must confront, is the very thing that we must face in order to get to our next destined place, right? We all have said and or heard and agreed with, we go from glory to glory to faith to faith. But the truth is, do we really? Because if we're not going from glory to glory in the unsupervised areas of our lives, in the areas that we don't want to contend with, are we really going from glory to glory to faith to faith? Because what we know for sure is that faith without works is dead. And so I like to flip things. I like to remix it. And so if faith without works is dead, then faith plus works must be alive. And so what are the areas that I am hoping, that I am wishing, that I'm declaring, that I am claiming? Y'all know we are good to claim some. Oh, I claim that. Oh, I got next. And all of that silliness. And I say silliness because if you are unwilling to do the work to get it, it's silly. Right? And so you're just like a parrot repeating something that you hear over and over again. But when are we really going to stand in the face of what is an aversion to us and put it in its proper place? And so this is the time to go and grow in every area of your life. Like literally, let's face the areas that are like an Achilles heel to us, because that is what's keeping us hindered from the plans and the process that God has gifted us with, the assignments. And so going back to the mention of people perish because they're lazy. Those areas in your life that you've become familiar with, those things that has once worked but are no longer working. They were for a previous season. They were to build the muscle to get you where you are in this season, but it was never to sustain you. And so whatever we sow, we reap. And so if you're in a place where you know that there is more, but you are not manifesting it, you're not attracting it, it's because the work that needs to be done is not. And so you have to take some real introspect with where you are. What are you not doing? Not what are you doing? You're doing more than enough. But what are you not doing to take you to the destination that God pre-planned before you were ever formed in your mother's womb? What areas are you being lazy about? What areas have you set on a shelf and left them hoping that they work out themselves? I'm here to tell you, they're not. It is a plan of God's prosperity for you to build yourself up in those places so that they can become first nature. I believe that everything we desires us. It is God's promise that we prosper and be in good health. Not settle for what somebody has given us, not settle for what we've learned to do. Like, we all have skill sets that we mastered, but what have we not mastered? Can we take those off the shelf for once and for all? There is no time like the present, people. There is no time like the present to get off your laurels and do something different. And here's the thing. Everything you need is already on the inside of you. If it's in your life, you're already equipped to handle it. The lack of equipping that you believe is because you haven't disciplined it and you haven't developed it in order to handle it. And so whatever is in your life, God has already equipped you to handle it. So let's stop being lazy. Let's stop looking for a handout by looking to others to give us something, but the government is supposed to be on our shoulder. It is time that we stand in the brilliance that God has created and put on the inside of us and stop prostituting it by giving it to others. Giving it to others. And so 10x, multiplied vision, 2025 is the mission to get you to your next dimension for once and for all. It's about settling you. It's about reminding you who you are and whose you are. It's about showing you and equipping you with the exact tools to get to your next dimension over and over and over again. Principles work for any time and anyone that will work them. It's time that the believers begin to work the principles that was prepared for them. Looking out in the world to others that are not believers, but that are operating in the principles and manifesting and attracting what you admire is no longer the way of living. It's yours. God promised you. And now others are operating in the principles of the birthright that God has promised you. And so 10x, multiplied vision, not just you putting something on a board, but you reframing, you renewing your mind, you settling your body. You are going back to the first thing, and that's the breath. Because where there is no breath, there is no clarity. 10x 2025 is a collision with clarity, period. We are not just out here playing hocus pocus and turn yourself around and then there'll be something new and at our feet. No, we have got to go get it. It is a time to prepare, not even for now, because what you've done in yesteryear has prepared you for now, but what you do in this year, in this season, will get you to next and beyond. And so what does that look like for you? What does 2026 look like for you? Are you going to stay in a place of panic? Are you going to stay hoping, wishing, and praying that somebody does something? No, you are the somebody to do something. Act like it. Act like it. Do the work. The struggle is not real. It's the work that needs to be done that's bumping up against your laziness, that is. Let's do the work, guys. Let's do the work. Meet me at 10X 2025, where your vision will be multiplied, where I am going to show you practical principles to get from where you are to your next dimension over and over and over again. It is a real thing, guys. It's not a game. Principles work for any time, in any place, for those that work them. I am going deep. I am not doing anything the same of what you've ever been done. Here's the thing. There are a lot of vision board parties that are done incorrectly. This is not even a party. This is an igniting of your soul to fill any holes. Going back to the breath. Let's get settled in how we breathe, because if the breath isn't moving through the body properly, then there is no way we can get clarity for what we see, right? That's the first thing. Then we're going to deal with aligning the body. Then we're going to deal with the mindset, the renewing of the mindset, the reframing the way you think. There are a lot of things that you automatically override and don't even realize it because of belief systems that we set and that we learned from others. We're dealing with the whole man, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Literally. Then we'll go into sustaining and setting the vision. You can't build a true vision on a broken foundation. And so we're resetting from the top of our head to the sole of our feet. I'm not playing, guys. I am putting my all in this for you, because the blessings of the Lord makes us rich and adds no sorrow. But the believers are out here in sorrow. They are sad. They are debilitated. And I am tired of it. Like literally, stand in your birthright. Know who you are and whose you are by going to get the clarity. You have the information. What I am going to share with you is going to resonate because it's already inside of you. You simply need the process, the plan, and the how, right? So many people will tell you what to do, but it misses the how. I'm going to tell you all that. I am going to tell you all of that. And so you got to get in a place. You got to be in position to prosper. You can't keep sitting, hoping, wishing, and praying that breakthrough is going to come. It's here. Now you got to add the action to your faith. You've been praying. Good. You've been confessing. Good. Now let's do the work. Now let's add the action with your faith today. Join me at 10x multiplied vision. I'm talking about the exceedingly, the abundantly, the above all you could ask or think. If you can see it, it ain't enough. Period. If you can see it, you can fulfill it. God said that I'll do the exceedingly, the abundantly, the above all that you can imagine. So that means you got to imagine it. That means you got to get off of surface, because he said, I'll do that. Because what you can imagine, you can do. He gave you intellect. He gave you the 5 senses. It will cover those. But I am talking about the unimaginable. I am talking about miracles. I'm not just talking about materials. That's a bonus, right? I am talking about miracles. I am talking about blind eyes opening. I'm talking about the lame walking. I am talking about dominating diagnosis. It all starts in the mind. It all starts in the mind. So let's get there, guys. 10x 2025 multipliedvision.com. www.multipliedvision.com. Meet me there so that you don't be in a place of settling this time next year. I absolutely love God's people. Like, it is a desire of my heart to see God's people win from within. If your soul is whole, then so will your life be. Let's get aligned, guys. Let's do our part. Let's do the work so that God can be glorified. It is us. It is through us that he's glorified. He said that I've given you the ability to obtain wealth, to establish my covenant. Don't limit wealth to money, but expose and expand wealth to your mental health. Not just for you, but for your kids, for your family, for your parents, for your cousins. Because some people will move because you did. And then some people won't because you didn't. My life is the better from somebody else movement. I'll see you there, March 30th, 11 a.m. in Bowie, Maryland, multipliedvision.com. God's peace that surpasses all understanding. I love you guys. Until next time, peace.